break it free from the mainstream, the studio machine. I want it my way. Indie Film Nation, you know it's gotta be Indie Film Nation.
Hi, with Peter Miranda for Indie Film Nation. We have Ben Andrews here today. Ben's going to tell us a bit about the festival, I guess, or this is not a festival that he's running. Ben, could you introduce yourself and just tell us what your show's all about?
Well, basically, it's called This Is Not a Film Festival, and it was born after just frustrations relating to what to do with a film after you've made it. Because I studied 3 years at RMIT doing film there, and I made about 30 films, not personally, but helped with and made my own. And they sort of they say to you, put them into festivals and stuff like that. But I kind of thought that the idea of making a film just to put it into a competition was a bit ludicrous, because you don't write a book to win the Pulitzer. You don't make you don't paint a painting just to win the Archibald Prize. So it was all about just providing another outlet for people to put films into, because short films are completely forgotten about, I feel, because you don't go to the cinema to watch a short film, you go to watch a feature. And short films are written by a writer, they're directed by a director, they're filmed by a DOP. It's nothing's changed, it's just they're made for cheaper, usually made by sort of people without a lot of money, and I just think that they should be given as much of a fair go as feature films.
Sure. And where are you running this night?
The night is being run at £1,000 Bend, which is one of the St. Jerome's venues, and it's a really, really great venue. It's sort of very ramshackle. I mean, all of the chairs are different. It's not a proper cinema, and it's sort of, I think it works well with all of the films coming from all sorts of different places, with all sorts of different budgets and walks of life being shown. So I'm really, really glad that £1,000 Ben jumped on board with it and agreed to host the event. Fantastic.
And is this a once-off, or will we see this again?
I'm really hoping that it takes off enough so that we can hold a successful night every month. We at the moment it's every second Tuesday of the month. So the second Tuesday of the month. And I'm really hoping that it keeps going. We've got a great first event, and I've already sort of had to start saying to people, oh look, first event's already taken up, we'll have to put it into the second one, so I just hope people come along and really enjoy it and want to come back next month.
Fantastic. Who are you hoping to attract? I mean, is it a student-based market, or are you hoping to get anyone, even seasoned professionals, to come aboard? Absolutely anyone is welcome to come along. If you have the most minute interest in film, we hopefully are there to show you just interesting stories by interesting people with interesting points of view. If you're a professional, I'd really, really love you to come along and see what the new wave of Melbourne filmmakers are up to. If you're a student, I don't know, it could give you something to sort of set the benchmark for you. Okay, this is what's happening. I'd better get my act together. If you're not even any way related to the film industry, come along just as if you'd go out to see the movies with your girlfriend or a bunch of mates. It's really for anyone. I'd really love to see who we get along, because even I don't really know who's going to come along. Great. How do people get more information, and where can they see, how can they apply? Tell us about the application process. Well, the application process is reasonably simple. It's simply going to the website. I have a website, thisisnotafilmfestival.com, and there's a section that just says submissions, and there's a bit of information about where to submit. It's simply just a DVD with a submission form, and we take all of the submission where they get sent to £1,000 Ben, or you can just simply drop it off yourself. We're really quite open to how you bring it in, and we have a submission deadline, but I don't even really care about that. It's if you can get your film in around that time, it'd be really great. Otherwise, we might have to put it in next month. Okay, what about your own films? Are you submitting any of your own films? I have been asked this by a few people, because yes, I am a bit of a filmmaker. I think I'm going to hold off a little bit, because I don't really want people to think that this is a platform that I've created just to present my own work. I do actually have some work in the first thing, but it's not my own film.
I DP'd on a couple of films, and they're getting shown. And yeah, I have a few little credits in other films, but that simply was a bit of a coincidence because for the first event, obviously, not a lot of people know about it. So the branching out to get films has been a bit interesting, and I've sort of had to go to friends and to friends of friends to get these sort of films, and yeah, I'm really hoping that for the next few events, I don't know any of the people, and I'm really getting new stories that I've never heard of before. Because for me, ignoring everyone else, this was a project for me to get some films, just to see new films. And if I could get other people to see it as well, I guess it validated the whole event for me.
Okay, so we're attending on Tuesday night for your premiere of your show, and we look forward to seeing you there, and also wish you all the best from Indie Film Nation to all you guys. We'll catch up with Ben at his night. Thanks for giving us your time.
Thank you very, very much.
I want it my way. Indie Film Nation, going all the way. Indie Film Nation, you know it's gotta be Indie Film Nation.